Now your Storm Track weather with meteorologist Eli Millard.
We saw the blizzard last weekend, and then last night additional snowfall made its way across northeast Kansas, and the roads got a little bit slick last night, but now the main roads seem to be doing somewhat well. Here's Highway 75 in Holton, and people are passing, doing well on Highway 75. They're moving at a good pace. Here's Junction City. This about yesterday evening, about 24 hours ago, was fine initially. Then once it got to 7 to 8 o'clock, became snow covered. Now looking good, and people are driving on it. Really no issues. The main roads aren't the issue. It's kind of still those neighborhoods and side streets that have not been cleared off. Here's I-35. People really traveling have no issues, traveling about a normal speed. But there are some roads in Emporia that are still snow covered because it's kind of where the bullseye was of the snowstorm last night. Looking good in central Topeka, starting to see that orange hue as the sun continues to go down. Now, some snowfall melting a little bit earlier today. That's going to refreeze tonight. So again, tonight into tomorrow morning, watch any icy spots that could form with that snow melt that refreezes back over. 29 degrees is your current temperature. Your feels like temperature at 21. Your wind is out of the west, about 8 miles per hour. So that is dropping that feels like. Despite it feeling somewhat okay today, the reason why it feels so good is the last couple of days have been so cold. 26 was your low this morning, starting off rather warm. That beats the 4 degrees that we started off yesterday morning and the 1 degree the morning before that. So a rather warm start, above average. Our average low is at 20 degrees. 31 for your high today, still 9 degrees below our average high this time of year around 40 degrees. So your snowfall totals from yesterday, the southern counties, southeastern counties, those areas seeing the higher totals. In Anderson County, Garnett seeing 3.5 inches. Emporia, you saw 3 inches, 2.8 at Burlington. And Topeka, about 2.5 inches. And then Dover and Wabaunsee County, about 2 inches as well. Clay Center, about a half inch. Holton, about an inch. The farther north and northwest that you went, the less snow that you saw. A clear sky right now. The sun is now setting. Your winter storm, it's still churning, but way off towards our east. Many winter storm warnings going on for North Carolina, Tennessee, into Kentucky, and still snow going on to the Great Lakes region. That pushes off towards the east. Now we take our attentions to this dip in the blue lines, a weaker storm system, but that'll give us enough of a disturbance, some lift that we need to see additional rain, possibly some snow mixing in tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. The good news is, looks to be relatively isolated in nature. Not everyone's going to see it. Cloud cover as we get into tonight, starting off quiet early on tomorrow morning, and by noon tomorrow still quiet, but by the afternoon some isolated snow showers, possibly some rain, some wintry mixing in. Looks to be mainly rain for the most part, but don't be surprised if at times it is some wintry mix, possibly some snow falling by the evening hours. Here's about 9 o'clock around I-70, seeing that rainfall. That pushes through and we quiet things down into the overnight hours. Your temperatures are in the upper 20s and lower 30s, 26 at Burlington, 28 at Manhattan, 32 at Marysville, and 30 degrees at Hiawatha. Your wind is out of the west right now, around 10 miles per hour. It's not crazy wind, but it is enough to drop that feels like temperature down to the upper teens and lower 20s in many spots. So still a little bit chilly, and it'll be a cold night ahead. Temperatures will drop down to the single digits in some spots, many teens for the most part. But the south wind kicks in later on tonight, and that'll warm things up for tomorrow. We'll have several hours above freezing, which will help melt off some of that snow that is still just kind of hanging around. So here's your south wind that kicks in later on tonight. So initially a west wind, eventually a south wind by early tomorrow morning. That picks up in the later morning hours into the early afternoon, and that'll help warm things up above freezing, but still below average. We got a ways to go, several cold days ahead. 35 degrees for your high on Saturday, 30% chance for that rain and some snow mixing in. Saturday morning, 10 degrees, bundle up, it will be cold. 34 for your high on Sunday, another cold front pushes through. Look at Monday morning, 7 degrees, 24 on Monday, 27 on Tuesday, still feeling cold. Then we start to warm things back up, 33 degrees on Wednesday, and then finally, keep in mind our average temperature is 40 degrees, that's your average high. And we've had several days in a row below average, and the days ahead will remain there. Eventually, we'll get back to average on Friday of next week with a high of 40.
Oh, the forecast is looking bright. In my opinion, I think it looks great.
Yeah, it looks better, right? The last couple of days, the last week or so, it's kind of been trending down, but now things are trending upwards. The only thing that we're watching out for is just off the 7-day, maybe another shot of some cold air.
Ooh, okay. Got to brace for that, but otherwise, we're looking good.
Yeah, otherwise, enjoy Thursday and Friday of next week, and then we'll kind of brace for impact.
All right, Eli, thank you so much.